But there have been circumstances and in which, you know, it wouldn't be a very good idea. Obviously, it's television, so you want a bit of entertainment. You want people who are eccentric, entertaining, but not a risk to themselves or others. So it's a thin line.
Health and safety.
It's on to Josie. You've lived in that house. What's it like being in that confined space?
Well, I absolutely loved it, Jen, because it was a bit of time off work. So I classed it as like a massive holiday, swimming pool in the back garden, didn't even have to go to the shops, lovely. But it can be, I think, for some people, one of the most stressful environments in the world, and there is no getting away from the cameras, not even to go to the toilet.
Dr. Thomas, is it natural for people to spend that much time away from the outside world with a certain set of people?
It's not natural. I mean, for celebrities, it's a little bit more normal because, in a way, even though they're isolated from people, in their minds, they're being watched by all these people, and they're very aware of that. And celebrities differ from normal people or regular people and non-celebrities in two main ways. One, they're a lot more vain and narcissistic, so they really need to have an inflated opinion or view of themselves. And secondly, they're able to manipulate how others perceive them in a much better and more successful way. So they can actually manage their impression much more successfully. So you were saying, you know, you have to be yourself. They're able to portray a fake persona for much longer, but not for many weeks, you know, maybe a couple of days.
You really know your stuff, and at first when you walked in, I thought you're far too cute and handsome and good-looking and fashionable to be a great psychologist.
I like the way you speak. I like the way you speak.
I know I'm not actually listening to what you're saying.
You're going to make me blush on television, and it's not good.
So, do you think that it's fun to have people in there that are going to struggle slightly?
Yeah, I mean, as much as, you know, it's a TV show and it's fun, I think we all like to see people struggle a little bit.
What's the biggest struggle in the Big Brother house?
I think the biggest struggle is food. I mean, every year, it's the one thing that kind of breaks everybody, do you know what I mean? And I think, for me, if I went in there, it would be the one thing that bothered me as well. Not that I didn't have enough of it, but, you know, some people, they just go for it all themselves and they don't think about what's left for everyone else. That winds me up a tree.
Do you think people would be all right about the fact that you're feeding for two? They take that into consideration?
As long as there's enough cake in there, Jeff, I'd be fine.
Now, Dr. Thomas, you mentioned before that celebrities are vain. How do you think they're going to cope not knowing what people are saying about them and not knowing how they're being perceived on the outside?
I think, you know, it's more than that. It's about competing with each other, because really it is a popularity contest for them. And the question is, how would they cope with rejection, with being evicted early on and leaving the show? I think that could be a really big blow. If they get to the final stages, I think in many cases it can revamp their career and they can feel very good. But yeah, all of them are much more vain than the average person.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, you cutie. It's time for us to take a break. We've still got lots to come tonight, though.
Yeah, after the break, Jeff will be going inside the Big Brother house to give you a sneaky peek.
Oh, very excited about that. We'll also be hearing from the main man himself. Yes, Big Brother's new presenter, Brian Dowling. All that right after this.
Sorry for me. That is your brand new Big Brother house, and welcome back to this very special OK TV. Tomorrow, that house will be full of celebrities battling it out to be your favourite housemate. Emma Willis and Josie Gibson are still here, but Jeff has gone walkabout. He's managed to sneak into the Big Brother house. Where are you, Jeffrey Bracadon?
Thank you, the gorgeous and wonderful Jenny. Can't believe my lucky stars I've got you as a co-presenter. Anyway, the Big Brother house over my shoulder looks fantastic, so hopefully everybody in there will be fantastic and we'll have a great series. The most important thing I'd like to show you is in the living room, beyond over there, you've got the stairs. They're usually out of the house, and now they're actually accessible every day to anyone who from the living room area. So I envisage a lot of people going up to the top of the stairs to get a little bit of quiet me time, and some pretty interesting conversations will probably be taking place up there. No doubt there'll be a big, huge camera to get the footage of it as well. That's what we want, isn't it? Cool sofas. You've got a bathroom through there, which is pretty huge actually. Double shower, which will obviously encourage double showering, which we all like to see. Coolest kettle and toaster I've ever seen, and it's all very much like you're inside of a fishbowl in there, which I guess is what Big Brother is like. So let's move on. You see a big camera over my shoulder where there's 42 of them. There's more cameras than there's ever been on a Big Brother set. It's all in HD as well. You know, celebrities like to look good, hide the blemishes. Well, there's no chance in HD, believe me. The guys are all working on the swimming pool at the moment, the longest and the biggest swimming pool that there's ever been in a Big Brother house. So whether it's big enough for guys to do length up and down, I'm not really sure. Hopefully they won't bump their head on the bridge that goes over it. But look at what an amazingly comfortable and tranquil setting that actually is. Hopefully they have the weather, these celebrities, to be able to come out here quite often. But you see, it's kind of like one reality show meeting another because it's all very shipwrecked. It reminds me of my time on an island in the South Pacific. It's all made to look like that on the outside. And again, I think you're going to get some really great times out here, especially when there's a bar. Can always rely on the bar, can't you, to spark off a little bit of debate, a few arguments maybe, or a little bit of love time. Who knows? Anyway, there's another room that might not exist for the normal guys, but whether that's fair or not, it's for you to decide. This is the gymnasium for the celebrities only. You've got the old treadmill, and you've got the Pilates plates, the bike, and a big blue Smarty, which you think is a jacuzzi underneath. Sadly, for the celebs, it isn't. It is just a chair. But again, the fact that they've got it, wonderful, amazing. So this is the camera run. Obviously, this is where I'm going to be hanging out every now and again, and just to kind of come and have a little look at the celebs, spy on them if you like, and just see what they're up to. And there's nothing like being up close and personal. And again, in HD with all these cameras, you're going to be very up close and personal with them as well, which is what we love, isn't it? But this is the last and final room, probably the most important because it's where the real action's going to take place. It's the bedroom. Put on Twitter the other day that there was no beds for the celebrities and how people were absolutely disgusted with the fact that there wasn't going to be beds for them, but it was a lie, I'm pleased to say. As you can see, there's some very comfortable single and double bed arrangements. There's as many double beds as there are singles, which means that you will actually see some spooning, I should imagine. Anyway, Jenny, back to you, darling.
Thank you, Jeff. Now, that looks very glamorous indeed. Better than last year, Jose?
Do you know what? I'm going to put my hands up. Yes.
Are you fuming?
Yeah.
What looks so different this time round?
The swimming pool looks amazing. It all looks very royal, doesn't it?
It does quite regal, isn't it?
It's very luxurious this year, I
think.
think.
And a gym as well. I wouldn't have put on so much weight if they'd had that in there when I was in there.
Would you have actually have gone in the gym?
Probably not, but it's still there. I wouldn't have had an excuse, would I?
Now, what do you think of the house, Em? Could you ever see yourself as a housemate?
I've always said no, and then last year when it was finishing, I was like, if I'm such a super fan, I should want to experience all of it, that side as well. But now it's back. I'm going to stick to saying no.
Have you been in and had a nosy?
I've been in and had a nose. They didn't have the beds and stuff in when I went in. I went in a couple of weeks ago. But it's so big compared to last year as well. Like, the bedroom's a lot bigger. The garden's like twice the size.
Yeah.
It's huge.
They've got a really big... What?
I thought that was a rumour.
There's a bar. I'm telling you now, there's a bar.
Right,
where's my Jeff?
Where?
Come on, there's a bar in the garden.
There's not a bar.
I'm getting unfit. There is a bar. I saw it.
The bar wasn't there 2 weeks ago.
All right, love.
What, so they're all allowed to drink loads of alcohol?
Yes.
Oh,
Booze
my
plenty.
Lord.
Now, who do you want to spoon with, mister?
Yeah, no, I'd be... If Pamela Anderson does go in there, it'd be my lifetime's ambition to spoon with her.
I'm thinking more a Jeff and Jedward sandwich spooning situation.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Anyway, I'll leave you with that visual impression. Tomorrow's going to be a huge night, and not just for the celebrity housemates. Tomorrow, one man is simply going to be living his dream.
Yes, along with a load of new housemates and a new house, there's a new presenter. Big Brother's ultimate housemate, Brian Dowling, takes on one of the biggest jobs in TV.
Yeah, we wanted to see how he's feeling about the big night and see what he thinks of his journey from housemate to host.
Hi, I am Brian Dowling. You obviously all know I'm hosting Big Brother tomorrow night on Channel 5. Yes! I remember leaving Big Brother back in 2001 and saying I want to kind of go back to a normal life. And they gave me 2 bodyguards. I was going, why do I have a bodyguard? 2 bodyguards, this doesn't make sense. And a driver. I went, I don't want to get a car, I want to get on the tube. And they went, go on then. And then I went for a walk down a street in London the day after, and it was so chaotic, and the police had to be called to rescue me. It was very, very crazy. People were so obsessed with the show, but in a good way. But it was scary being back in the real world. I didn't understand how people knew my name. Like about 10 million people watched the show, so it was a bit scary, but it was fun. I think the good thing about Big Brother was once you're in that environment and living with strangers, you learn to be more tolerant. You don't judge people as much. You become more patient. You also become a better listener. It also allows you to change things about you. Because when you watch the show back, and if you've done really horrible things, you try and change that to become a better person. I think it's fair to say that Big Brother has completely changed my life. It's given me so many opportunities, and I think Big Brother, in a sense, has defined me as a person. I've been on it twice, and now I'm hosting it. It gave me a change of career, really. It gave me a change of lifestyle. But it was the opportunities to do amazing things, you know, to work in television, to do radio, to work for magazines. It completely changed everything. Big Brother's given me loads of opportunities. I'd say my life has changed. I mean, 10 years ago, I used to kind of do this for a living. I would say if it wasn't for Big Brother, I think I'd still be flying the skies. But maybe with an elite airline as opposed to Ryanair. Maybe now I'd be working for BA or Virgin or Emirates, traveling the world. I'd say, yeah, still flying, but maybe first class to the left. Knowing what I know about the housemates going in to the house tomorrow night, I think we're going to get a real mixture of a bit of glamour, sexy, and lots of fun. I think it's a really good mixture of housemates. I'm confident that the Big Brother fans love the show, so I just hope that people that watched it on Channel 4 just flick that button up to Channel 5 and join us, because it's going to be good.
Getting excited, aren't you, Jen?
I'm getting really excited. I love Brian.
He's so nice.
He's so cool. Now, Emma, you and Brian must be the biggest Big Brother fans in the country. Is this like a dream job?
I think it is, actually, yeah. I mean, I was blessed to be involved with it last year and I was just so over the moon. And then when they asked me, I hoped and prayed they would ask me to come back this year, and they did. So I was really pleased.
And we're so happy they have, Emma.
Thanks, Joyce. And I think, you know, Brian will be a fantastic host. No one has lived in that house for longer than Brian, and no one knows it from this angle and from being in there like he does.
Yeah,
so.
he knows it inside out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now, Josie, you're a previous champion, obviously. Now, what do you think that we're going to see tomorrow night? What kind of entrances? Will it be big?
I think it's going to be massive, I reckon. We'll be really shocked with the celebrities they've got, considering some of the names I've been hearing. I think the set, I've got to say, is one of the best, or the best set I've ever seen. And I think the house is the best house I've ever seen as well.
It's good of you to say that, because I did a bit of carpentry myself. Bit of carpet laying, yeah. Nice. Just wanted to help out. Picked a few, like, cushions and stuff.
Such a good guy, Joe.
Yeah.
You should go in there.
Doing a bit extra.
Walk out the window.
Now, Jose, just imagine, it's not going to happen, I'm not wishing him bad or anything. Imagine if Brian got, like, a hangover and he couldn't work one day. Would you like to step into his shoes?
Well, I wouldn't mind doing one Friday night, do you know what I mean? It'd be brilliant, yeah. But only one, because I wouldn't like that responsibility.
All right, my lover, welcome to Big Brother.
This is Josie, live on Channel 5. Watch your P's and Q's. But no.
Now, Emma, what are you going to wear? That's what I want to know. What are you wearing?
I was going to wear a red dress that's quite tight, and then...
I was going to wear a red dress.
Oh, my goodness! But now I don't know. I've got this cute little shiny, not shiny, but like glittery black skirt and top. I'm like, do I wear black? Do I wear red? I don't know. I don't know what to do.
OK, girls, last question, one word. Who do you want to go in now?
Who do I want to go in? I want Charlie Sheen to go in, and I want Pamela Anderson to go in.
I'd like Russell Brand or Jonathan Ross.
Love it. Thank you very much. Right, time for us to say goodbye. A huge thank you to our guests tonight, Emma Willis and Josie Gibson, everyone.
Hey. Now, join us tomorrow back here at the home of Big Brother, when we'll be joined by a great lineup of former housemates, Alex Reid, Vanessa Feltz and Michelle Heaton.
Love a bit of heat. Plus, we'll be joined by the big man, Brian Dowling, right here in the studio.
So join us tomorrow at 6:25. Bye-bye.